Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Now, with that said, Trackies, the Ed Murphy Classic comes up the 4th through the 5th, so that is Friday and Saturday the event will run for. And we have a few Jamaicans on show, and I'm talking about some big name Jamaicans. So what I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to share my screen so that we can both take a look at the start list for these events and see, what Jamaica will do or we'll talk about in our expectations. As usual, I'll tell you my expectations and y'all can comment in the comment section below and tell me y'all's, okay? So, let's kick things off. And I think I'm going to start with the men's 100 meters. So, let's go with that. So, let me scroll through. I hope y'all can see my screen. So, let me scroll through and look here. Okay, here we go. Men's 100 meters a invitational race. All right, so let me click on that. And off the gun, we have Christian Coleman, we have Marvin Bracey, we have Oblique Seville, we have a Cravant Charleston, we have Terrence Jones, we have Craven Gillipse, and we have our Gillipsy, or depending on how you pronounce that, we have Chris Roster, and we have Brandon Cranes. All right, so this is a very, very solid, lineup for this 100 meters. Why? Because Christian Coleman is lining up in the men's individual 100 meters, at the World Championships. Oblique Seville from Jamaica is lining up in that 100 meters. So is Cravant Charleston as well in this race, lining up. And I'm sure for Bahamas, Terrence Jones will be lining up for them. And Terrence Jones is a breakout NCAA athlete this season as well. So it's going to be very interesting, to see, what Oblique Seville does in this race. My expectation, okay, if this was a few weeks ago, like when Sherika was running on the circuit, 1 to 2 weeks ago, then maybe I'd have a different expectation, in this particular race. But, or, then again, it's Oblique Seville. My expectation is different because it's Oblique Seville. Why? Well, because Oblique Seville ran 10 seconds dead on the nose, at our trials, to qualify in third place, on the team. And there have been a lot of question marks as it relates to, his progress, what's going on here. We had the big talk about, what Zarnell is doing versus what he's doing, considering that we've been hearing that, he's trumping, Darnell Hughes in training. So what's going on with the race plan when he hits the track? It doesn't seem to be materializing. So of course there are huge, huge question marks over Oblique Seville. And I suppose this is why he's entered into this race, to, come up against, a few of the top guns that he'll be competing against, at the World Championships. Whatever cobwebs are possibly there, whatever, mental is possibly going on as well. Let him shake some of those fears before he heads off into the World Championships. So for me, this race comes in a perfect timing for Oblique. One, let's check to see where you actually are, in your training, right? And two, let's see where your mental space is as well, because this is a big deal as it relates to, what we are expecting from Oblique Seville at the World Championships, right? So prior to, I guess, the championships, Oblique Seville going in for me was definitely a medal contender. After our national championships, I don't know. I've been kind of bummed out trying to figure out exactly what's going on with Oblique. Haven't really figured it out, but it seems as though something mental is probably going on there, right? So hopefully, a sports psychologist was able to sit down with him and say, hey, you have the talent, just go out there, do what you have to do, forget the pressure, forget, the fans, forget the onlookers, and just execute the race you typically execute in training, right? So hopefully that's what we get from Oblique. So if I'm going with my thought process of Oblique, that's good. This is a field he can take, right? He can beat, in my opinion, Christian Coleman, definitely beat who is the other person that's going? I think Cravant Charleston, and of course Terrence Jones. To me, he has these people covered as it relates to the best version of Oblique Seville. Why am I saying Christian Coleman? Because Christian Coleman is not at his best yet, back to his best yet, right? So clearly, him being a 9.76 sprinter, yes, he should be able to chump Oblique Seville on his best day, but I don't think he's back to that kind of speed yet. So because of that, I'm assuming that Oblique Seville should have him covered, and I'm looking looking to see him, do a good account of himself, in this race. Again, depending on the execution, I can see, we can pick out whether or not Jamaicans are easy in a race. So we can know if this is a race where, you're jogging. We can, tell that versus a race where you're pulling your full effort in to get a result. So let's see what he does in this race. But I'm expecting to see an Oblique that gives a better account of himself from a mental perspective. Just goes out and runs his race and gives us the best version of himself on that day, right? So, Trekkies, y'all let me know what you're expecting from Oblique in this race. I'm hoping that I can see again a good version of Oblique line up here. So that's the men's 100 meters. I don't know if we have anybody in the women's 100 meters. Let me just check. Okay, yes, we do. So we have Natalia White lining up here. So to go with her, we have English Gardner. Kayla White also goes to the World Championship. She goes in the 200. We have Javion Oliver. We have Natalia White, as I said. She also goes in the 200 with an individual spot. Why is a truck passing right now? Right. Anyway, we have Ramona Burchell, we have Ashanti Moore. Neither of these athletes are going to the World Championships. Then we have Destiny Barnett Smith and Mia McCoy. All right. In this race, the 100 is not Natalia's strongest event, admittedly. Right. So when I look at the field, English is definitely not at her best. Kayla White, I guess pretty much like Natalia, they run better over the two. Let's see. We have Javion Oliver. We have Ramona Burchell. We have Ashanti Moore, Destiny Smith Barnett, and we have Mia McCoy. How do I see this? Actually, I'm expecting to see a very good run from Ashanti Moore in this race. And I'm expecting Natalia to be someplace around third-ish, considering that this is not, again, her strongest event, as in the women's 100 meters. So let's see how she does in this race. But again, I'm expecting to see a sharp Natalia White because again, we're just, a few weeks out from the World Championships. Let me check the date exactly. So, it starts when the 19th, I believe. So yeah, we're a couple weeks out from the World Championships. So they should be doing some tuning right now to go back in, and do their final prep. So, I should be seeing, a good time from Natalia White. At least I'm hoping that I'm seeing a good time from Natalia White. As it relates to Kayla White, again, she's also heading off to the World Championship, so we may get something good from her in this event. For the other athletes, I guess they're just trying to keep, sharp for the other races that will come on the circuit post, the World Championships. But with that said, let's move on. Let's see what we have in the women's. Let's see here. Let's see if we have anybody in the women's 400. Let's go there. Okay. All right, good. So we have Candice McLeod that lines up in the women's 400 meters. To go with her, we have Courtney Okolo, Mackenzie Dunmore, we have Victoria Onorugu, we have Alexis Holmes, we have uh, Paula Morgan, Paula Morgan, we have Gabby Scott, and we have Raven Rogers. I think Raven is going in the 800, if I'm not mistaken, at the World Championships. So, with that said, Candice is the only athlete here that is going to the World Championships, I believe. Well, other than the Mexican and the British athlete, maybe we'll see somebody there. Maybe they'll be able to go to the World Championships based on their qualifying from their own trials. But with that said, Candice McLeod is going. I'm hoping to see a better version of Candice. I've been seeing the times come down and I'm excited about that. I want to see a sub 50. I won't lie. That will give us more hope as it relates to not only the individual events clearly, but also the 4x4. And right now, the 4x4 is not looking so good for our Jamaican athletes because not everybody is at their best. Plus, when you think about the fact that, America is sending a powerhouse team, the Netherlands will also be there, Poland will also be there. And I'm sure I'm missing a team right now, but yeah, there are a few teams out there that, are looking really good. So Jamaica has to be careful when it comes to that 4x4. So the better Candice is, the better chances we have of, getting a medal over the 4x4. And of course, her chances of making it through to each round as it relates to the flat 400 meters. So we just took a look at the women's 400. Let's go. Well, then again, let's go to the men's. Let's see if we have anybody there. Okay. We have Sean Bailey here and we have Antonio Watson. Wow, this is going to be a bang up event. Wow, wow, wow. And then we have champion Allison from United States. He's going. Kirani James is also going. Michael Cherry, Elijah Goodwin, Quincy Hall, Sean Bailey, Justin Robinson, and of course Antonio Watson. This is a race full of sub 45 men. This is gonna be a bang up race. I'm not even gonna call a placing in this. I just want to see our Jamaicans do the best they can. But this is gonna be a tough race. But it's a great race to be in right before the World Championships to see exactly where they are, gauge the competition, and know exactly what they have to do heading into the World Championships. But again, this is going to be a tough race, but I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited. You know, it's wartime, trackies. It's wartime. For those trackies that are American, y'all have to understand at this point, we're in war mode. You know, it's us against y'all, and of course, the rest of the world trying to figure out, you know, how the places go, you know, on the world stage, right? So don't mind that, but still, this is going to be a very exciting race. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, the outcome. I'm hoping that, you know, all the guys turn up and run their best race. And let's see, you know, how it goes in this race. But I'm excited for this one for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. I'm excited for that one. All right, let's go to something else here. So I just did the men's 400. Since I did that, let me just go scroll into the men's 400-meter hurdles. Maybe we'll have somebody there. Okay. All right, hold up. A lot of our entrants going to the World Championship are here. Okay. So we have Rashawn Clark and we have Jahil Hyde. All right. And then also we have Gerald Drummond. We have David Kenzira. We have uh, Ezekiel Nathaniel, we have Amir Latin, and we have Shakim Hall Smith. Okay, I'm assuming that Shakim, well, then again, it says NT, no time. Well, if he has no time, that means he's not going to the World Championships. Okay, let's see. Rashawn Clark, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And of course, Jahil had this season. Great, great performances by them. I'm looking to see them come out and hopefully take this race on and, you know, get wins under their belts in this race leading into the World Championships. They're definitely the quality of the field here. So let's see, you know, what happens in this race. But my opinion is Jamaica definitely goes 1-2 in this race. It's a good race again. A final little tune up before the World Championships, before they head back in and, you know, finalize whatever they're doing in training. It will be a good race as well, and I'm excited to see, you know, the outcome of this. Wow, I wasn't expecting so many good races, but we are getting quite a few here, and I'm excited. I am excited. All right, so let's go to the women's 100-meter hurdles. Let's see what's here. Okay, so did I miss the women's 100? Okay, no, I did. I talked about that. Why is Ramona Burchell the only person in that? That's weird. All right. Okay, so we have the women's 100-meter hurdles. Now, clearly, this is going to be a prelim race since we have so many entrants. There's 16 entrants here, so they'll be cutting that down drastically, obviously, for the final. So we have Jasmine Camacho Queen, obviously medal contender. Alicia Johnson, tough not making it to the championships, but you know she announced her Fenty, well, not Savage X Fenty collaboration, so she's on a high. We have Masai Russell. We have she's going to the World Championships as well. We have Tia Jones has been running well. Daniel Williams lines up in this. I need to see something good from Daniel. I won't lie. Ackera Nugent also lines up in this. Great race for her to be in. Absolutely excited. Then we have Tonya Marshall. She also lines up here. Devin Charlton is going to the World Championships. She's here. Sydney Semba. Why Sydney Semba represent the United States? Shouldn't she be Great Britain? That's interesting. Anyway, Sydney Semba lines up here. I'm sure that's Great Britain. Anyway, Yannick Thompson also lines up here. Just missed out on the team heading off to the World Championships, but I'm looking for a great performance from her. Gabby Cunningham also lines up. Amber Hughes, Courtney Jones, Anna Hall. Let's see. And what's this? Asia Laurentine. Okay, and Charisma Taylor. That's a very interesting name. This is got stacked race. Hands down, it's a stacked race. These athletes will have to, figure out how they're going to actually make it to the finals of this event. That's the first thing. Who makes it to the finals? I'm hoping that the Jamaicans make it to the finals, but boy, somebody are gonna get left. I won't lie. Some people are gonna get left. And if I'm going based on times, just based on the top of the list, Then 8 stops at Devin Charlton, and 9 down, which includes Yannick Thompson, won't even be making it to the finals. But you know how it goes with these runs, especially on the hurdles. You can't really call it sometimes. But based off what I'm looking at now, top 8 seems to be the top 8 that will make it through. Depending on how many lanes there are, though, I didn't check in the previous events. If there are 8 lanes, then it's 8. If there are 9, then it's 9. But still, people will get left, and I'm talking about good girls in the hurdles will get left behind. But this is gonna be a fantastic race. I'm hoping Yanni can sneak into that finals. I won't lie. Hoping she can get there. Let's see what Danielle. I'm want to see something better from Danielle. I'm a little bit nervous for her based on the last few performances that I've seen. And of course, Ackera Nugent. And when I said nervous, I'm talking about getting to the finals of the World Championships and contesting for a medal. That's what I'm talking about, right? And of course, Ackera Nugent looks, good, especially in my mind, that is, especially when I think about the fact that she was running loaded at the national championships. I'm like, girl, when you get back down to the speed you're supposed to be running at, we're gonna see something phenomenal. And I'm glad she lands up with Jasmine Camacho Queen. She's gold medal favorite now that we don't even know what's going on with Toby. She's definitely number one favorite heading in. Let's see what happens there. But I'm glad seeing Ackera line up with her. So Ackera now will be able to have a true gauge of what the world number one is. Show me what that feels like in a race so I know what I have to do to take you down. And we know how that goes with Ackera. When she goes into war mode, she will literally psych you out. I'm telling you, she psyched the other athletes out in that 100-meter hurdles finals at the NCAA's finals. Nobody's not telling me that she didn't do that, right? So I'm excited to see exactly what she will do in this race. I'm just bubbling over with excitement apparently. Um, so yeah, that's it as it relates to the women's 100-meter hurdles. I'm just scrolling through for events. I'm gonna see Jamaicans in, I hope. So that's pretty much why you see me clicking like this. Let's go to the 800. I don't see anybody here. Let me click on the other one. If there's any Jamaican, let me see if Natalia. Okay, not seeing Natalia. All right, let's go. Let's keep going up now. See if there's any other events to talk about. Women's. Okay, let's go to men's 200. Okay, so there's a lot here. Let's see if. Okay, he's not in the race, but we have Taekwondo Tracy in the race. Yeah. All right. So 1200 Tracy runs in the men's 200 meters. This is going to be a tough event. I won't lie. Let's just see what he'll be able to come out with at the end of the day. The 200 is clearly not his best event. It's clearly the 100. But the guys in this event aren't, the best either across the world. So he may be able to, perform very competent in this field. Let's see how it goes at the end of the day. But I'm not really hoping for too much considering that it's not his pet event, you know what I mean? And let's go over to the women's 200. Let's see what's there. Okay, we have favorite affiliates here. Tamara Clark is here. Okay. Natalia White is here. Great seeing her. Let's see. So Natalia heads off to the World Championships as we know in the 200. Let's see if there's anybody that's heading to the World Championships that's in here with her. Don't see anybody that's in here with her unless you're repping another country. Like I see some athletes from Colombia and other places, Nigeria as well. Of course, Ophidy will be going. I'm assuming that she'll be heading off to the World Championships as well. So I guess the only person here that's a true challenge for her is Natalia White as it relates to gauging what the somebody going to the World Championships will be doing. But Tamara Clark is a good athlete to run against as well at this particular point. So I'm excited to see what she'll be able to do against this field. Again, she heads off to the World Championships. So this is a true test for her. Tamara Clark missed out on the team, unfortunately, but still a very solid sprinter. And she did well, in my opinion, to come back off what was it, a 3-month ban and be right in the mix of things, for her 200-meter team at her national trial. So again, I expect a good race. I'm not sure what kind of shape favor Ophelia is in, to be honest, considering, this wasn't her best year. I'm interested to see how that goes as well. Maybe the truest gauge, honestly, in this race is Tamara Clark. Even though Tamara Clark isn't going, she will be the best gauge based on, what the rest of the world is doing or dropping competitive times, in that 200 meters. So let's see what Natalia can do, if anything, in this 200-meter race. I'm excited to see her performance as well. All right, so that was the women's 200 meters. And I think everything else here is probably prelims. leading into events. I think so. I did check on these hurdles already, didn't I? Yeah, I think I checked on the hurdles. I don't know why they have them separated into so many different sections. I mean, we already saw some hurdle sections and we're seeing different sections all about the place. All right, so I think that is it. So let me stop sharing now. So, track is from the looks of things, we have quite a few athletes that line up in, this, Murphy Classic or at this Murphy Classic, that are heading to the World Championship. So I'm looking forward to really seeing, the performances from said athletes. And I'm hoping that we get to see, good performances. Anyway, y'all sound off in the comment section below. What do you think will happen based on the athletes that line up at the Ed Murphy Classic? Are you expecting anything, from Oblique? Maybe Ackera. What are your thought processes there? Sound off, like the video, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.